What's up, YouTube? CodFarmer221 here, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 online replay. I have a great match here today in a 4v4. I'm starting to use a little bit more to kind of combine the Soviets and the US, so I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, we're playing on it's like the Leni Forest. Lenny. Basically, it's supposed to be the Ardennes, I think. So I'm going up against Don, Kato. Here's the names, pretty much. You guys can kind of read them. Party Tiger. Anyway, so on this map, I would not recommend airborne. If you try to drop any kind of troops around these choke points and stuff, they'll just get killed. So not a great airborne map, wouldn't recommend that. Infantry company could work with artillery, and then also the armored company, which I'm actually going to go in this match. Now, I'm kind of going to start talking to my allies here, and I'm going to tell 10 and ask him if he would like to hold this area, so I can, protect the VP more easily, or because there's going to be two guys coming at me. We have Party Tiger, and we also have this guy, Don, are going to be coming to attack me. But then my allies, the Soviet players, decide to ask him to go onto this left side and help them in the town. So I'm on my own, but that's okay. So I'm getting my riflemen out, and you can see the storm pioneers are going after the munitions. So it's the Americans. Munitions are very important. So you either have to hold this one or you have to hold that one in the far corner here. So it's very important. So you can see right now I've set up my guys in heavy cover in the trenches. This is a very good spot. It could be grenaded, but other than that, very good. I'm going to build some of these. I'm going to build at least one of these small fighting positions to help protect this point. Anyway, I see the storm pioneers over here, so I'm going to maybe start shooting at them. Actually, I cannot see them through the fog of war. So I see something's capturing that there. Believe it or not, he's actually going to try to flank me. And I can see it's because my men started to shoot at him. So one of the things I'd suggest, even in an engagement, right, if you're being charged by storm pioneers and some Volks, shoot at the storm pioneers first. They're a lot, they don't have as great a health. Just because I'm going to go right for the cutoff. I'm being engaged by grenadiers. You can see my green opponent, my green ally here is decided to help in the center. So we do have orange actually helping out, but he's also harassing me. So I guess it is kind of 3-on-3 on this side. Anyway, I'm doing what I can. I am being attacked. You can see at long range we're going to start doing some damage to these guys because Storm Pioneers are meant for up close. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shift these guys over here to start shooting at them when they're on the road here. And these guys can actually shoot from the trench. So these guys are going to have to be forced to fall back there. I'm trying to keep these guys alive because I want to build a fighting position. Anyway, these guys come from behind, and I focus all my fire on this unit here, and we wipe them out. So that's good. And I have to fall back because the pioneers got up close to their MP40s. So I've lost a unit, but by the way, I cannot build a fighting position if I do not have all the points linked up, which makes sense. These guys are very good about flanking around. You can see they're possibly planning something like that again. The frontal assault didn't work so well for them that first time here. Yeah, 3 Wehrmacht players. You don't see that very much anymore. Everyone's on OKW. I've noticed everyone wants to play as the Axis now, so it's really easy for me to get allied gameplay. I'm going to activate volley fire here in a minute to try to help suppress some of these men. I'm going to shoot at the pioneers first because they are up close and personal, and they have low health. And he's actually going to let me wipe out that unit. So I wiped out a storm pioneer, and I've also wiped out one of these pioneer squads. So I wiped out 2 pioneer squads. Now you can see how low health these guys are. You should probably get them back to base because frankly I can see on the mini-map. I'm not watching the left side at all, by the way. I'm just completely focused on my side. I think I'm still going up against 2 guys, but I'm actually not. This guy just shifted. I wonder if that guy's giving him line of sight probably. So I figured he's probably roughly around here. I saw him retreat after all. But you can see he decides to move up again. Test my positions. I'm focus firing on this unit here because they're down to 1 man. If I can wipe that squad, that would be good. And we did that. So if they're down to like 1 squad, or if there's guys down to like 1 in his squad, try to aim for him first and wipe out that squad. It's pretty important. So I have more men at base recouping their losses. I also have some of these Mr. the assault engineer squad. You don't see a lot of guys do it. This is actually a pretty nice part of the map. It's kind of like, you know, you never zoom in and look at this, but wow, it's kind of nice. Anyway, these guys are going to move in and take over the munitions point. Allies, a lot of machine guns. Orange player did flank around. And on this side, I am going to once again wipe out another squad. I think his attention's divided somewhere else. Maybe he's looking at what his allies are doing. That's not 2 squads I wiped. So he's got just some pioneers back at base. And I have these guys. I don't know where they were going. They're like going to try to go up here. I'm like, grab this point here. So you can see nice flanking moves going after the machine guns by 10. Yeah, really going after the machine guns there. He does have some bars out, which is good. And my allies getting pinned. I gotta say, for the Soviets, if you have AT, like, you can counter this thing easily. But he doesn't have any AT and they want support. So this flag half-track's gonna have a fun field day with the Soviet troops. So meanwhile, this guy's decided to put an MG to kind of stop me. He's kind of giving up on this side. He's gonna start shifting towards the left. And honestly, they kind of need help. It's a big grenadier, a rifleman, conscript fight over here, and Volk's grenadier. I did quite enjoy this match playing, and like, I don't know, it's nice to have a 4v4. And someone was suggesting that I post some losses. When I've been playing like those 2v2s with Rebel and Goat, and we don't lose very often. We did lose a 3v3. And that was when 2 ISU 152s came out, and just pushed us back and back and back. But yeah, if I get a 2v2 loss or something, and there's some good lessons to be learned or something, I'll post that. I think number 4 was one of my. I was talking about 2 heavy tier 1 on season 1 of Company of Heroes 2, where I basically got 2 bunker aggressive and on the steps, and I did not prepare for a T-34 that came out and just swept me all the way back, and we ended up losing that game. So. Not just posted wins here. Definitely if there's a loss or something that means a lot, or there's something to kind of take from and look at, then yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to put down some barbed wire here. I just want to secure this this area and the choke points here. I'm kind of afraid of a possible counterattack, because I'm pretty strong on this front here. But my allies are getting forced back by the a lot of mortars, a lot of MGs, just heavy infantry tier 1 by the Wehrmacht players, and then the OKW player has his flak half-track out. So they're being pushed back. In fact, most of their forces are at base. This is not, I mean, I understand you're trying to protect this building here, but move your guy further up. And they have like the combined force of the Maxim and... Oh, that's 50 cal, whoops. So I wanted to move up and see what was here, because if nothing's opposed to me, I'll just take this point and get the extra munitions and fuel for my allies. So right now I'm doing kind of a team effort. I am putting down tank traps and stuff to help stop any. I just want to make this hell for any tanks that attack me. They decided to cut me off up here. My riflemen are gonna have a standoff with some Volks grenadiers. We were in negative cover. We're gonna go into light cover here. And you can see they're down to 3 men. It's pretty much a shootout. Then he used a grenade there. I thought that was a little cheap. We're having like an honest like duel. That guy's down now. Amazing point blank. Okay, that guy's finally dead. So I was watching this and he was probably watching it. And now we're down to 1 man each. Now, I don't want to lose a vet rifleman squad, so I'm going to pull back. Now that guy's vet too. I'm bringing up my lieutenant to help support. And he's going to fall back. You can see they're now they're entrenching themselves in the town as the Soviets are trying to make a push into the town with their conscripts. Like I said, I haven't played the Soviets since this DLC came out. I might do some of like the Soviets of how to like counter the OKW and stuff like that. Or maybe the vice versa, the Wehrmacht and how to counter US infantry. If they're infantry spamming, I got news for you. It's called a machine gun. If they're fighting against the US. So you can see he's flanking from this side again, blobbed up. I'm gonna actually tell him in this match, don't blob up. You can see right now I flanked the MG here. Basically, if they have a strong point here that's facing, just flank it if you can. That's why I didn't finish my barbed wire on the left. I was able to, you know, get rid of this MG here and flank that position. So keep in mind, you know, if you put an MG down and can get flanked, then it probably will. You can see right here, I didn't finish the barbed wire. So once again, the blob, not good against mortars, that's for sure. A lot of mortar kind of stuff here. And look how tightly packed these guys are. They're like, he did wipe out a lot. He did wipe out the mortar though, which is good. And now they have the half track. I have extra manpower because I'm really not fighting too much right now, so I'm building some fuel caches. So I built one of those there. Anyway, see, not a whole lot's happening. He's still flanking around, but all it takes is one Panzerfaust from these Grenadiers and the AT right here just to wipe him out. This building's a little dominant. I think there should be one on this side. I don't think it's a very even part of the map where you have a building and nothing on this side pretty much to kind of look out, because this building can see people on the victory point. Does anyone actually, whenever you occupy a building also, keep in mind, look how many windows this has, just one. Someone just blew up. Oh, it was the, was there a half track there? So we're taking this point back, and you can see, I'm slowly starting to realize that they've completely given up on my side and need to start helping my allies. So I have a lieutenant here. One of these yeah, this was a squad that almost killed my my squad there. So I'm equipping my men with BARs, and I'm also grabbing myself a Jackson. I see a lot of light vehicles. If I can capitalize on those light vehicles, I can do a lot of damage to them. Because a tank destroyer will easily destroy a half track. I'll take 2 or 3 shots. And it is abandoned. You know, you should really. It's actually, I didn't know they had skins on these. It's actually pretty cool. I didn't think they had skins for the ATs. Anyway, you should be firing a barrage if he has munitions on this. You don't want the enemy to reman this half track. So I'm gathering on my forces. The flank idea, you know, it's a good one right now, but I really want to get my tank here. But the problem is they're running past and they're seeing all my guys shooting at them, so they're probably going to send something over. And also this early Oswin is doing a lot of damage. Well, will be doing a lot of damage to me. I mean, I have nothing to stop it without my tank here. It takes your tanks a little while to get through this, these kind of little choke points here with all the trees. You can see we're going to push through all the brush there. So I decided to go behind the enemy lines here. Just want to start out my allies. I'm having no pressure, but this Oswin's right here. Overall, though, my allies are being pushed back. I'm going to do a anti-tank rifle grenade on this, and then I'm going to retreat. Fortunately, I bounced off the armor. What I wanted to do is I wanted to strand that thing so my Jackson can start taking some shots at it. There's also a Panther here. I need my lieutenant here to keep distracting that Panzer IV. But unfortunately, he's going to die, and I tried to pull him out, but he just got killed. Anyway, the Soviets are pushed back onto this bridge by Obersoldat, and I got news for you. Your conscripts will do nothing against those guys. The T-70 did, however. So I'm kind of like, I'm going to be cycling in on this, hitting their left flank a lot by trying to get rid of their armor. You can see I was a little upset that my tank fired prematurely there and hit this building. But you can see he's focused on my infantry with his Panzer IV, which I think is a little funny. He didn't retarget it, right? And his side armor is exposed, so he's one hit away from, you know, going down. He's going to try to fall back. And my tank missed. I'm telling you, these tanks, their armor gets so lucky in this match. They always get away with, like, very little health. The Oswin got away with little health. This tank got away with little health. I could push in, right? But there's an AT right there. I'd recommend using your Sherman to fire a smoke barrage. Oh, he has the beacon there. Did he actually go paratrooper? He didn't listen to me. He went paratrooper. Okay, so basically what this allows you to do is it allows your Pathfinders to drop more in a tight formation, and it allows them to reinforce from there. And these guys with barge are actually pretty decent because they're marksmanship. So this is going to be the, see all the trees are like broken down here. And this is going to be my tank lane down this road here. I now have a Sherman, and it's coming onto the field. I will be getting a Sherman bulldozer at some point. Somehow we have the VPs, well, because it's here. But it's just, look at all this. Like, I really wish I had gotten infantry so I could have gotten the artillery here. One priest would have really hurt them. So they're forced to fall back here. But I'm just losing more men. I'm trying to retreat. Unfortunately, we're going to retreat right past this machine gun. Who's going to happily massacre my men before he gets wiped out. You can see the Soviet flames, though. The incendiary barrages are doing quite a lot of damage. These on HE, so you can see they did not penetrate the Ostwind's armor. Yeah, there's just... And then they keep remanning this pack here, so he's got to pull back. You're seeing how okay, he pulled to the side, that's good. I see that this half-track's reinforcing his AT, so I'm going to take out that half-track there. A little bit of a sniper thing. More tanks, a lot of Stugs. You don't see Stugs a lot anymore. I mean, I'm losing my infantry units, which is not good, so I'm going to fall back. I do have my Sherman here. You can actually command your vehicles now to use hold fire. That was part of the patch, or part of the Su-85s can do that, and also the Jackson tank destroyers. I don't know what he was thinking by charging forward with the damaged tank already. But I'm really tempted to pursue him, and I'm going to try to do it with my Sherman. Just make sure to wipe him out. But they have tanks over here, and there's stuff I can't even see right now. It's not like the map is like this the whole time. It's on Fog of War, obviously. I'm going to try to push in, and I really want to take out this tank. So I'm going to fire. I even have the special rounds there. It got abandoned. And I'm going to tell my men to attack and try to wipe it out. You know, if I'm not careful, I will lose both my tanks there. I just lost my Jackson there, so I have to pull back with my Sherman here. And they're going to pursue it, which is smart, because I don't really have anything to stop them. But I'm going to retreat far enough. No one picked up that Brownie. I'm going to retreat far enough, though, they probably won't pursue. But you can see, once again, lucky, you know, tanks are almost dead. They're getting abandoned. We have a flat cap truck up here. Look how this is a poorly positioned thing by Party Tiger. You do it the other way so that the cannon doesn't have to turn, it's just automatically firing. And T-34s and ATs and everything, and Shermans, like, Su-85s would have been, well, I mean, it would have been hard in the urban kind of fighting in the center here. But this fighting in the urban area is favoring the Wehrmacht and the Oberkommando West forces. Because one, they have a ton of infantry. Two, they have machine guns everywhere. Like, look, that's 3 machine guns in those buildings. A lot of Stugs. And they have the reinforcement points there. Anyway, I'm trying to get some more tanks here. I didn't lose my Sherman, it's just being repaired over here. I keep attacking this right flank. I'm going to upgrade my guys with flamethrowers. I should have waited, unfortunately, because they're going to kind of glitch out when I come to this building right here. So you can see we're here. A little distracted, shooting a different target. The guy gets his flamethrower, and I expect him to shoot his flame, but he just kind of sits there and lays down. And I'm clicking attack orders and stuff. Thankfully that gun did get wiped out, but it wasn't by me. So he's falling back. You know, the Stugs are actually good because they're at long range, and that's what they just keep attacking the strong points there. I mean, you can't really. I could have possibly tried to flank all the way around, but I probably would have gotten hit by any of these grenadiers and stuff. You can see he doesn't have any kind of Panzer strikes there. So you can see that basically we have 471 points and only have 91. But these guys aren't going to give up. I got news for you. They're going to launch a massive offensive right here. He's using his crew to repair the T-34. Look at that. The T-34's gun is destroyed. That's something you need to focus on, though, too, for your tanks. See what's actually damaged. And I am trying to wipe out some squads back here. I'm flanking. You can see how little health these guys have. They're in the middle of the road. And when your squad gets that low health, they will get wiped out pretty quickly, and you see this guy destroyed. Now the Ostwind's going to have some fun. I'm going to pull back from that fight. The Ostwind and the Panther. I'm a little nervous right now. The Panther is coming towards my tanks here. And we're having trouble penetrating its frontal armor. Which makes sense, right? It's the front armor of a Panther. But he pulled back from that fight. Now they are flanking with the Vet 2 Stug over here. This side is pretty much fallen. The Soviet player's going to push back in from the victory point here. And now we're starting to... Not sure if that wasn't my artillery. I think that was... No. That must be German artillery. It's not Party Tiger. Yeah, it was Vexen Railway Artillery. So he's falling back, you know, he's using this house as like his defensive line. I'm just watching this going like, oh my gosh, my allies are literally imploding right now. You know, I have some tanks over here, but not enough to like stop this thing, and you can just see it's just like a massive blitzkrieg. It's like, you know, the Battle of France. With the, more like, Poland was pretty blitzed too. But T-34s are just no fighting condition. They have one of them. They're getting destroyed by the Stugs, you know. And, you know, he starts with the, okay, that was kind of cool. I was wondering how this thing got destroyed. It got destroyed by the airplane. That was a rocket attack from the airborne. They pushed us all the way back to our base. The IS-2, the Joseph Stalin 2 tank is basically forced back. Never, you know, use, people don't know this, but use reverse. I'll have a video covering that at some point, but use reverse to fall back. So here comes my bold attack. I'm like, I'm not ready to lose this game yet. I'm coming in behind the Stugs. They had nothing really to stop me. Behind the Stugs, behind the Osman. Wiping out the Osman. I'm pushing up. My bulldozer Sherman has a howitzer on it, so it's very good anti-infantry. A Vet 2 Stug shooting at me. I'm going to keep pushing up. My engines are damaged. You know, the thing is, I've cut them off. So now the Panther's rear armor is exposed to 3 tanks. Keep in mind, this howitzer isn't very good against a tank, but it is something. That got destroyed. I'm pulling further and further away from this Stug here, and it destroyed me there. But another Panther coming. They're just too heavily damaged, and this might have been a turning point in the battle with my tanks behind the enemy. I'm hoping to get that, and I do get it. Vet 3 Stug moving up. I've launched some smoke right here to block it from being able to hit my tank there. A lot of Grenadiers still here, and there's still a Panzer IV here. I'm going to shift my Sherman in to help and wipe that out. So I'm telling my teammates, guys, fight back here. We just destroyed like half the enemy armor's force, if not more. Let's see what got away from that attack. Just a Stug. What was that? 2 Panthers. 2 Panthers, a Oswin, a Stug. So they've been decimated. They have an Oswin and a Stug left from that huge armored assault, and they have Stug back there at base. So I'm like, okay, momentum shift now. It's up to me. But yeah, that was very good, especially when I cut off all their vehicles. Problem is, an Osman is still here guarding, and my tanks are in no condition. So what I did there was I hopped out with these guys, repaired critical, and I'm going to move my tank back over to this side. This is where I prefer to flank from. And the Stug got destroyed, and now he's sending in that, and that was just a bad assault there. Bad assault indeed. So I was starting to rebound. They should definitely destroy this. I mean, if you could capture it, great as the armor, but it's way too dangerous to capture that right now. So that Stug is gone, and the T-34 got killed in its place. I like seeing Stugs on the field again. It kind of reminds me of Band of Brothers. So I'm flanking. I would love to kill this thing. So I'm going to throw a grenade. Try to pick up this MG42, which I do. And I'm just getting hammered. So I have to pull my men back there because we're getting destroyed by those, by the flak truck there. So they now have this, a Pack 43, great placement. You know, it's taken out tanks. It's basically made it hard for us to attack this. You know, they have Obersoldaten in the middle. Very hard to kill. I have my own MG here to kind of suppress them. And that looks like 100 XP per kill on these guys because they are very tough units. Yep, it's 100 XP per kill. It's a great way to get a lot of your men there. So I'm going to be reinforcing my men and bringing them back into the front line. And at this point, a major attack comes on this side. 3 infantry units against my MG. Luckily, I do have this setback. So I'm going to bring over my Shermans here, anti-infantry, to help me take this. I tried to retreat this guy too late. I really just want him to hold those guys, so I'm going to lose an MG-42 here, but it really doesn't matter at this point. I have more assault engineers coming out. I want them to help keep this point captured there. Airborne are dropping in here. A lot of infantry, highly veteran infantry in the center here. So thankfully they decided to go right. You know, the way I positioned this, it made it really hard to take this position. And then look, a Stuka dive bomb comes right here. Boom, wipes out my position. So that would have been good if I had no armor support, but I can just swing my armor back and forth. Hey, sorry about that. My computer ran out of memory there, so I had to delete an older COH2 video. Anyway, so I'm basically going to start fortifying this side again with 2 fighting positions. I'm also going to have these guys. These guys can build a fighting position also. And I put double machine guns to help protect that side. This match is no way over just yet. They have a ton of... They have a pack here devastating any kind of armor these guys have. This side's pretty well fortified with machine guns and teller mines. So I have my force here. I'm definitely gonna make sure that this side is secure. I do have some heavy artillery I can call on this, and I want to call it right on this position. And this is just a full already. Just a pointless attack there. I know you're trying to kill maybe 1 AT gun or something, but there's 2 AT guns, and you know a Pack 43 is there. So one thing it did do was it was able to give me some line of sight on these guys. So, boom, there you go, 240mm howitzer. Barrage. And to protect their flank here, they finally have 2 MGs, well, at least 1 MG and an Oswin guarding from my infantry. Gosh, I love that artillery. It's like a railway gun, but awesomer. That's awesomer even more awesome. This has killed 3 vehicles. You know, get away. That wiped out their vehicle there. I'm gonna kind of push up. I'm gonna try to wipe out this this MG here so I can flank again. And look, one of the last shots here wiped out the pack crew. That was lucky. I'm surprised this machine gunner can take so many shots from a howitzer Sherman, pretty much. And yeah, that pretty much devastated their center. I have these guys capturing. I'm gonna fall back on them as soon as they're done capturing. I also have a machine gun, which I'm going to bring back up to the front line here and going to lay it down to help cover. If we can just cover that point, we'll win. And now he's being a little cocky with his Stuke, but keep in mind, a Stuke is basically a bad version of a Su-85. If it's not veteran, it's not going to do too well. So I'm going to get a little, you know, I'm kind of upset with all the, with how many of these tanks have gone away today. So I let my frustration with that, you know, lose my tank there. So the pack is back, and it's facing this way, so that's not good. One of the cool things this Sherman can do is it can make barriers to like give your men cover and stuff. You know, you can see with that pack destroyed, you know, we're just winning this on artillery right now. Yeah, we're just like calling artillery constantly on these guys and just blasting their positions here. So we are winning right now. They're down to 41 points. Rocket trucks going in right here. U.S. Air Force. Somehow still alive. And then there's another one of these Stukas. Where did that land? Anyway, I don't know why he's capturing the munitions. We don't really need it at this point. Anyway, Oswin's not really alive. They turn their gun this way. I'm trying to destroy that guy. I have to fall back. Railway gun right around this area here. Serious, but I'm betting that I can probably destroy this Austin before that AT can destroy any of my tanks there. Landing paratroopers right. You know, these guys are just. These guys didn't even stand a chance. They were gone before they even. You know. Oh my God. They were gone before they even jumped out of the airplane. You know, you put paratroopers like behind the enemy lines, not like right between everyone to get surrounded like that. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's got screwed. And more airplanes are crashing on the ground. You can see this. That's where my men were previously. But I'm not going to let them take this. They're throwing smoke down. Paratroopers that weren't put in a bad place have light machine guns. We're going to force them back. I'm going to use this to blow up that tank, and then I'm going to fall back. Definitely fall back from that. There's a I don't know there's a Panther there, but it's not worth it. And I hear artillery. So I'm like, that's probably going for my men. So I pulled back. It actually hit some of his men. I think it wiped out the paratrooper squad there. Yeah, it looks like it did. You know what he did? He manned an AT. That's kind of funny. Second, Pack 43. These guys went very defensive. Let's just look at their doctrines towards the end here. Pack 43. Elephant and Pack 40. Wait a second, how can they both have... Huh, cool. So anyway, I have my men on this side, you know, flanking the MGs. This guy's like suppressed, and bombs are just going off, and... I have my guys in our tanks, I'm like, if you want to flank around this side, I got you. So they're down to 1 victory point. Good game to these guys. I quite enjoyed fighting these guys. It was a good match. And we cut from 2-2-1 signing off. Hope you enjoyed.